There is one lesson. MI6 never taught James Bond. Never trust the drink. Because in Bond's world, a drink is not always just a drink. Sometimes it is a trap.
Wins.
This younger, less polished Bond is asked whether he wants his martini shaken or stirred. And he does not care.
Vodka martini.
Shaken or stirred?
Do I look like I give a damn?
Later in the same film, he is poisoned through a drink. But the Bond we know becomes very specific. Shaken, not stirred. So what changed? First Light is Bond's origin story. This moment may be showing us the first time he learns that even a drink can be handled like field craft.
What's this?
Vodka martini. Shaken, not stirred.
What's the difference?
I want what I want, James.
When Isola makes him a vodka martini, Bond hears the famous order before it becomes his signature, and he asks the question fans have asked for decades. What is the difference? There are a few fan theories about this choice. The first theory is survival. Maybe shaken, not stirred, is not just a preference. Maybe it is a tactical decision. A way to make some kinds of drink tampering harder to hide. When a martini is shaken instead of stirred, it changes physically. It becomes colder, more diluted, more aerated, and more violently mixed. That smoother baseline could make certain strange tastes stand out faster. Something bitter, metallic, oily, or chemically off. And if something has not dissolved properly, shaking could expose it visually. In a gently stirred drink, some of that might sit quietly in the glass. But in a shaken drink, it gets disturbed, it moves, it shows itself. So maybe Bond's famous order is not about looking stylish. Maybe it is about control. In a world where the wrong drink can end the mission, Bond does not leave even the martini vague. And that is what makes Casino Royale so interesting. And Fleming gives this theory some support in Moonraker. Bond adds black pepper to vodka because of an old Russian trick linked to harmful impurities in badly distilled vodka. Under this theory, Bond's drink preference is a survival strategy.
Never accept a drink from a stranger. I guess they didn't teach you that in that little spy school of yours. One for the road.
The second theory is chemistry, with a real scientific twist. A 1999 British medical journal paper found that shaken martinis showed stronger antioxidant activity than stirred ones. For someone who drinks as much as Bond, maybe a shaken martini could be the slightly less harmful version of the same dangerous habit. The third theory is control. Shaking makes the drink colder, more diluted, and physically different from a stirred martini. Bond has always liked things exact. His car, his gun, his coffee, his food, and his drinks. So maybe the method is simply part of that control. And this is where Isola's scene becomes even more interesting. She is not ordering from a suspicious bartender. She makes the drink herself, on a boat, with only Bond beside her. So in that moment, shaken not stirred is probably not about avoiding poison. It is preference, ritual, maybe even chemistry. But maybe the real answer is even more personal. Theory number 4. Memory. Bond once created a drink named Vesper and kept Vesper's memory alive through the drink itself. We do not have enough evidence for this yet, but we do know that in his line of work, Bond often loses the people he cares about. So I would not be surprised if Bond loses Isola in a future game. And to keep her memory alive, he adopts her drink preference. Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. So, what if First Light is showing us something similar? What if Bond did not invent shaken, not stirred? What if he inherited it from Isola? All Bond fans know this signature drink. From Dr. No to No Time to Die, the order becomes part of Bond's identity. but First Light might just be giving us hints about how these habits were formed. Every one of these theories carries a pattern and an explanation, and patterns in the world of espionage are rarely accidental. So, what do you think? Which theory feels the most plausible? Let me know in the comments below.